Video clips on blindness tips, a series of video demonstrations for daily living skills for the blind and visually impaired, presented in conjunction with the Washington State School for the Blind. The following clip features Becky Sherman of the Department of Services for the Blind. Becky teaches daily living skills to blind and visually impaired children and adults. This tip explains how to safely prepare fruits and vegetables.
Today we are going to learn how to peel a potato, cut an apple, and how to handle knives. First of all, we'll look at the peelers. There, of course, are several types of peelers. This one is good for people with some fine motor skills issues. It has the big handle, so it's easier to grip. This one is a little smaller and sometimes more controllable. So we'll take our potato, and we're going to use this peeler, and we're going to peel this potato. This potato, when I peel from the bottom to the top. Some people peel from the middle, do the top half, and then turn it around and peel the other end. So we're going to try my way this time, and we're going to peel all the way up. There's a slice. Now, you can feel the difference in the peeling and the actual potato. It's slick. So we're going to make coat on the edge and make another slice. If you come back on the edge and move around, you're going to make better and more uniform slices, and you don't wind up with, if you scoot over too far, then you've got this big gap in the middle that you have to figure out how to peel. When you feel an eye, this one has an eye remover, tuck it under, push it out. If you feel you've missed some, you can tell the difference because the peeling is rougher. You can use your peeler and come down and get all that you think you missed. Run the water. Another thing is sometimes potatoes are so dirty that it's hard to feel the difference in the peeled potato and the potato skin. So you run it under water and you can really feel the difference. Oh, here's a spot that I missed. So we're going to come back and try to get it. Let me get this one. Okay. So peeling potatoes really isn't all that hard. At first, it feels like it, and at first it's time consuming. But the more you do it, the faster you'll get and the more comfortable you'll feel. Now that you've peeled the potato, it's time to cut it for how you're going to cook it. And we're going to boil this potato, so we want to cut it in small chunks. First of all, we take the knife. If you're not familiar with the knife, you take it by the handle, you find out where the back is, and you can do that if this is the first time you've touched a knife. Someone can show you where the back of the knife is. The blade, if you don't run your finger along the blade, you will not cut it. If you want to test the sharpness or which side is sharp, you run the knife across your hand and you can tell which is sharp. This isn't, and this is, and you won't cut yourself. So hold the knife in your hand, get a good grip on it. Put your index finger on the top so that you can control it. Use our fingers. Tuck our thumb away as the guide for how big we want this potato to be. So we're going to cut it. We're going to move our finger back. And we're going to cut. And make sure that you're not hunched over looking at what you're doing because your arm and your hand is not situated. Your muscles are not in the right position for cutting. So always stand up. Use your fingers as a guide. As you can see, when I pull the knife out, my fingers are right here. The knife was against my fingers, using it as a guide. And then, so I have these the right size that I want them. And I'm going to cut this one in half. If you're teaching a student how to cut it, and you have your student tipping the knife right or left and not holding it straight, make sure you say to stand the knife up, move it up to the left if it's tipping to the right, or if it's tipping to the left, ask them to tip it up to the right. Because if in the beginning, they may not be aware of what straight is. And they won't learn that if you just keep saying straight, 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 straight. So give them some indication of what's a little off and what's not. If you're a little off, as you can see, we cut the slice crooked. So, which doesn't matter if you're boiling potatoes, but sometimes in some incidences you may want them to be more perfect. If we were going to fry our potatoes like for French fries, we'd want to make sure that we set the thickness that we want. Cut straight down. We're going to lay it flat so it doesn't roll around. If you have it like this, it rolls around and it's not safe. We're going to, again, come up the thickness that we want. Cut. Move our finger back and cut. You're never in any harm's way if you keep your finger tucked under and your other fingers as a guide. Okay? Now, we'll move the potato out of the way a little bit, and we're going to look at cutting apples, because apples are round. They're a little bit different. So you want to make sure you take the stem off, and oh, there's a sticker. You have to feel for the stickers, because that's where the prices are. Okay, I'll lay them right here and pick them up later. And wash your apple. Now, if you're going to cut the apple into slices, you want to set it flat and it's stable. You want to place your knife right in the middle of the top and press straight down. I put my hand on top to help give it the force that it needed. My hands and my thumbs were out of the way. I had my hand over and push down. Fairly even halves, not totally. Turn your apple down again so that it's stable. Take your knife, measure how thick you want your slice with your finger, tuck your thumb away, and cut. And then you make your slice and cut. Now these are pretty small. These are like if you wanted to make an apple pie. If you want to cut it in fourths, you take this one, find the center, press down. There you have fourth. If you wanted to core it, the way I do it is I start inside, run my knife under the core, slanting it a little bit, and pop it out. Always make sure that you stabilize your food. If it's round, try to make a flat side and cut from there. Maybe we'll have an apple pie. Okay. And that's how you slice fruit or anything else that you want to slice. You use it as a guide. Your hand is a guide. Use your fingers. Run your knife against your fingers and then cut.
More video clips for blindness tips are available from the Washington State School for the Blind at wssb.wa.gov.